Alright, what's up guys? We're out here at SEMA 2016 going around for the first day, and I have stopped by the first car that I wanted to see and show you guys on video. And for those that may have seen already, it is the Toyota FRS that has been swapped with a Ferrari 458 engine. And the team that built it was led by Ryan Turek, who's a pretty famous drift racer. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys some cool shots of the build because it's a pretty intense fabrication that went on to make this thing happen. So here's some cool shots and enjoy. Alright, so here she is in her full glory. A full-on Ferrari 458 engine swapped into the front of a very tiny FRS. So some custom fab work they did was they made the headers go out the front in order to make the header length and exhaust length the same as a stock Ferrari 458, so the sound is still about the same as a stock car. So it comes right out here, some pretty intense fabrication work, comes down through the front, hits an X pipe, and then comes out right in front of the front tires here. So hopefully you don't melt your tires, but this thing is an insane build and it sounds ridiculous. It shoots mad flames too. They got the wide fender flares here with the gills for airflow. And this car was actually built in San Diego at a shop called Huddy Motorsports. So they sourced this engine from a salvage 458 that was hit in the front end, but the rear end drivetrain was still perfectly fine, and the engine as well. And the transmission is a custom built transmission with a sequential shifter. It's not the stock Ferrari transmission because it's a different drive setup. So it's rear wheel drive car, obviously for drifting. So they have a completely custom transmission mounted to this engine. I'm guessing they had to custom fabricate a mounting plate to adjust the bolt pattern. So it's the typical Rocket Bunny look, mad camber in the front, insane diffuser, big wang, and it's really cool. So this roof scoop is actually 100% functional because if you notice in the front there's no cooling system. The cooling system goes all the way to the back, so the roof scoop takes the air, and there's a radiator in the back where the back seats would normally be in this car. So it's a pretty cool build. No radiator in the front, so people are always asking where is the cooling system, but you can see the X pipe right there. Awesome fabrication and metalwork here on the front end. And these wheels are kind of here to mimic like an old F40 with the 5-spoke like star pattern, huge Brembo brakes, carbon fiber mirrors, Recaro seats, and then you got the hydraulic handbrake there to lock up the rear wheels to get some mad drifts. You can kind of see that's where it's black, but basically that's a big down scoop for the radiator, and the radiator sits like right here, kind of where the wall would be separating the seats from the trunk in a normal FRS. So Matt, what do you think of this build?
This is pretty incredible. This is one of the top builds you're going to see in one year.
It's an insane build. It takes a lot of fabrication. They had to do a lot of custom work to it to get it to work right, I'm sure. I mean, you can only imagine that the stock engine, a little 4-banger boxer engine, it's going to be really light compared to this huge Ferrari 458 V8, but granted it is an aluminum block, so it's going to be lighter. But it's just a truly insane build. One of the most popular builds here at SEMA by far. As you can see here, the car has got a pretty wide gap and a lot of clearance, so the turning radius can be very wide for the drifting because that's what they need in order to maintain the drifts around the turn, to have the wheels at a really steep angle. So I just met Damon Fryer from Daily Driven Exotics. He's a pretty cool guy. He owned a 458 wide body Liberty Walk, and it got totaled during Monterey Car Week this year, so I asked him if this engine was from his car, and he said it wasn't, but he's a really cool guy. I talked to him for a little while, so if you've seen his stuff, or if you want to check him out, his thing's called Daily Driven Exotics on YouTube, and he's going to be getting a new car soon, because he does some crazy videos with drifting and just all-out madness and with cars and stuff. He likes to beat them to hell and really put them to what they're, see what they're made of. This is pretty funny. So, just wanted to share with you guys one of the most popular builds probably at SEMA this year, the Ferrari 458 swapped FRS. Some insane level of fabrication when here. I mean, the intake, normally the engine faces, well, this is how the engine faces in an actual Ferrari, but the intake goes through the dashboard and then comes out, and actually the intake comes through this hole here. So you can see the airflow comes over the fenders, up through the wheels and into the port here, and then there's probably some piping that goes up through here and into the intake plenum. SEMA is one crazy show, and you get builds like this that just really show you how crazy people can go in the car world. Thank you guys for checking out this video. This is one of the many builds that I'll be checking out here at SEMA. It's got a crazy fabrication, a lot of crazy fabrication, so I want to show it with you guys, since I know a lot of my viewers are into the whole fabrication scene and building things. So this just is a true example of what you can really do when you have a crazy idea. You can take an engine out of a $300,000 car and put it into a $26,000 car and have it be truly insane. So thank you all very much for watching, and stick around and stay tuned for more SEMA videos.